morning, folks, and welcome to another edition of the First Family Las Vegas' Daily Free Winner Show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Guys, here at the First Family Show, we are dedicated to bring you the best cappers in the world, and we mean that. We've got a great show today. Let's bring on this panel. Let me go around the horn, guys. We got the body himself, the Iceman, Jesse Schule, Danny K, Dan Kaiser, Jeff Michaels, and we want to welcome making his first family debut from our brother website, WagerTalk, Jimmy Adams. Let me start with Jesse real quick. Jesse, good morning.
Good morning, Joe.
Or I should say good evening. It's like midnight around there, isn't it?
10 o'clock sharp.
Gotta love
you can't catch me today.
And
you're any of those trick questions you like to ask me.
And you're looking dapper with your South EP cap. Dan Kaiser, always looking good, sporting his Michigan State alumni shirt. Dan, how are you today, sir?
Doing good. Sparty won last week, and we're off this week. So it's what else can you ask for?
Back-to-back wins. You get a day off.
Exactly.
You get a week to breathe.
Exactly.
I love Dan Kaiser, one of my favorite people on the planet. We do a lot of content together. Jeff Michaels, good morning, Jeff. How are you today?
Good, Joe. I'm excited to be here. Said I'll be missing tomorrow morning show, but hey, I couldn't miss today's show, no question.
Well, you can't miss the Hawaiian Tropic Beauty Pageant. I wouldn't miss it either. My good friend Jimmy Adams. Jimmy, welcome to the First Family.
Hey, thank you so much, Joe. Glad to be here. NFL's been great. Baseball playoffs are rolling. I know you're rolling as well. So, yeah, it's going to be a great show.
It's going to be a great show. We're honored to have you guys. Guys, as you noticed, the First Lady is not here. She missed yesterday. Took Dad to the doctors. Today she's not feeling too well. So prayers and good vibes to the First Lady, Dionne and D'Amico, to get her butt back here tomorrow. She's the yin to my yang. You know, when she's not here, I'm unedited, really. So we've got problems. Now, guys, I'm going to go out on a limb, and this one is going to go out to our friend now. I am repping my Adidas because I like Adidas products, but also for my good buddy Chris, our producer up in Detroit, Rock City. Chris, this is for you. This is to put a smile on your face. Now, the Adidas I possess for one man is wearing myself, homeboy. I got 50 pair. I got blue and black because I likes to chill, yellow and green when it's time to get ill. I got a pair that I wear when I'm playing ball with the heel inside, maybe 10 feet tall. Chris, that's for you. You're the only guy on the planet to get a Guido from New York to rap Run DMC. Put a smile on your face. We love you, Chris. We couldn't do any of this without you. Now, guys, I'm sorry you had to go through that, but you guys are used to my voice. You stick cotton in your ears every time I come on. Before we give out free winners for today's card, we are live. The floor is open. Comment or questions for our panel, fire away. We'll try to get to them during the show. Couple of discounts. I'm going to get right into free winners. First of all, guys, my good buddy Jesse Schule is on fire. They may call him the Iceman, but he's scorching bookmakers. His $2 Tuesday play is still alive. It's still available. Guys, he's got a 5% AFC North game of the month. $2. You can't get a lap dance at a Boulder Highway Strip Club for $2, and those girls ain't got no teeth. That's one discount, but we got more. Anybody at Sports Memo or WagerTalk, because you want to make your first week of the NBA a special week, and we know that saving your money is just as good as making money. 7-day package, $49, Sports Memo or WagerTalk. This just kills it. But it doesn't stop there. Every single day, you need to check the deals page for big savings. Guys, I know sometimes I'll get a buy on the back end. I go, what the heck is that buy? I don't know. And I'm on the deals page. So even us as cappers, we don't know sometimes when we're featured on the deals page. So they're your favorite Sports Memo and WagerTalk cappers. Check that deals page every day. We know that saving your money is just as good as making your money. And, guys, we got the love package. No, that's not something you get at the honeymoon suite. The love package. My good friend Mel over at the Detroit office said, Dion's not feeling well. Let's put out a special. Don't say that 10 times quick. You buy Joe or Dion for 7 days. You get the other for free, $99. Now, Joe's doing college and pro football, basketball, baseball. Dion's doing college and pro football, basketball, baseball, and hockey. You get 4 sports from me, 5 sports from her. 7 days, whether you bet $5, $50, or $5,000 a game, this will pay for itself in no time. Having said all that, real quick before I go to today's free plays, and who doesn't like a morning quickie with Joe D? I know I do. Guys, I want to tell you, these free games you receive here in the First Family Show, they're quality games. They're not throwaways. I know a lot of people with social media and YouTube, they put out a lot of this content. But, guys, these are not throwaway games. These are quality games. These plays, a lot of them make it to the premium side for both the cappers on WagerTalk and Sports Memo. I want you to know that. Not only that, but there's a great way to find a perfect capper or two for you personally, somebody that's tailor-made for you, and also to make a bank and then purchase a long-term premium package from your favorite cappers at Sports Memo. So, guys, without any further ado, we are honored to have Jimmy Adams here. You know, Jimmy and I got to know each other a little bit at the meet and greets, and I knew of Jimmy's reputation because, guys, he's a winner. Don't believe me? Go over to WagerTalk after the show and go check out his numbers because numbers don't lie. Jimmy is a winner, but he's also one of the nicest people in this business. And when I said, "Hey, Jimmy, you know, if we could bring something, I would love to do it." He was one of the first. He was actually the first guy to say, "I want to come on," and we're honored to have him on, guys. I was going to pull some of his stats, but when I went to go pull his stats and streaks, it read longer than Deshaun Watson's indictment list of plaintiffs. I'll tell you that. So and that's a long list, guys. I'm going to tell you right now. So I want you to know he is a winner. He's going to tell you about what he's been doing. All right. He's going to tell you a bit what he's going to be doing on the premium side. He's got a free play winner. And by the way, and I'm going to give this to you again at the end of the show, you can find all his winning information at wt.buzz/JA. Welcome aboard, Jimmy Adams. The floor is yours.
Thank you so much again, Joe. Yeah, things have been rolling just phenomenally well, especially in the NFL. Currently ranked WagerTalk's #1 NFL handicapper. We're on a 10-1 run right now with a 5% play up. You can grab that at WagerTalk, as Joe mentioned. And we're hitting like 77.8% for the season or something like that. So things can't get much better in the NFL. Baseball playoffs is rolling. It's been a phenomenal season there, and we're going to continue to pick winners all the way through the World Series. But let's get into a free play for you because I know that's what the viewers want. For the NFL this week, I'm going to go to the New York Giants plus the points. Look, the Jags, they just can't close out games. That was on full display again in last week's 34-27 loss to the Colts. Despite leading for most of the game, Jacksonville allowed Indy to score on each of their final 5 drives. And there was really a lack of a pass rush. It's a main concern for me again this week. The lack of a pass rush, extremely concerning. Matt Ryan was never sacked. The Jags didn't have a single tackle for loss. Now they're being asked to lay points at home against the 5-1 Giants team that's proven that they can win close games. They can come from behind. There's a winning culture brewing in New York. These players are starting to believe they can win. And, last week's win over the Ravens was impressive. It's clear that Daniel Jones is benefiting from having Saquon Barkley back in the lineup. Barkley is dealing with a little bit of a shoulder injury, but he's going to suit up this week. It's going to be just fine. Asking the Jags to lay points right now, just not a side that I want to be on. And I think that getting points with the Giants is a good play this weekend. So that'll be my free play recommendation.
You're muted, Joe.
I even mute myself. My voice even annoys me. Guys, Jimmy Adams, great stuff. I put your Twitter page up there so people know where to find you on social media. Guys, Jimmy Adams is one of the sharpest minds in sports betting today. I'm honored that he's going to be a regular on the Thursday show. He does have to take off soon. He's got to catch a plane. Apparently, he's dating a Kardashian too, so he's got to jump and go meet her. No, guys, Jimmy Adams is doing great work, and we are really honored to have him here. Once again, you can get all his winners at wt.buzz/JA. He does have to catch a plane, but after this show, go over to WagerTalk. He told you all his stats. I'm telling you, I went to pull them, and there was so many, I didn't know where to start. So I just said, let him tell you what he wants to do, the ones that he wants to feature. Make it easier on me because I'm old. He is a winner. Go over to WagerTalk. Follow Jimmy Adams. You're going to follow him to the bank. He will be here every Thursday. We appreciate you, Jimmy. I know you have to jump on a plane. We appreciate you delaying that a little bit. Hope you don't have to run to the airport like O.J. Simpson. And you will certainly have a better record than O.J., I'll tell you that. You guys don't remember the old Hertz commercials with O.J. running to the airport, huh? I'm getting old. Anyway, Jimmy Adams is one of the best. Please follow him. You will follow him to the bank, and he will be back next Thursday. Jimmy, safe travels. Good luck this weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you so much, guys. Sorry I have to leave early. I'll normally be a regular for the entire show, but thank you so much for having me. Good luck to everyone this weekend. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy. Have a great day. Thank you.
Jimmy.
Guys, we do bring you the best cappers on the planet here at the First Family Show. And we have the best collection of cappers anywhere over at SportsMemo and WagerTalk. These guys were handpicked. They weren't just, hey, this guy. These guys were handpicked by these two brands. Now, this is one company, two brands, and I want you to know what I love, Jesse, Jeff, and Dan, is the fact that we have such a good camaraderie with each other. Jesse's laughing already. I don't know. He's got something dirty on his mind. We have such a good camaraderie amongst each other. And I want you to know that even though there's two different brands, we all get along here. I know that there are websites and brands out there that guys are fist fighting in the back rooms. We love working with one another. And I want you to know something else. I said it before. I'm going to say it again. When you go up against the best as an athlete and you hold your own with the best or beat the best, then you are amongst the best. When you share panels with the best cappers in the world, you are one of the best cappers. And I love the guys that I get to share every day with. Jesse, Dan, Jeff, my wife. I go Nick Parsons, Eric Pauly. I love these guys. And we're proud to have our guys from our brother site, WagerTalk, over. So without any further ado, my good friend Jeff Michaels, who we do a lot of content. You know, Jeff and I do a lot of content together. And Jeff and I have a lot of fun like Jesse and I do. You guys know that. Jeff and I have a lot of fun at each other's expense. Never disrespectful, because Jeff is a class act. I'm a class act. His integrity, his numbers, the work he's doing at Sports Memo is amazing. He does have to leave. He might have to leave early today, so I wanted to put him on second. Normally, I like to leave him for a little bit later because we have a little bit of fun. Now, I'm not going to bring up the fact that the Yankees did beat the Guardians. I will tell you this. I thought it was a great series, and I do think it was great for baseball because I love the fact that the Yankees towards, after All-Star break, Jeff, they struggled. People didn't know if they were going to even win the division. And the Guardians, the Central is a very competitive division. You had three teams in there for a while, but cream rises to the top. They were a great team, and I do expect them to be there again next year. And I do want to congratulate you and the Guardians to a great season. I know I'm a Yankees fan. We have fun, but it was a great series. And I know that one of the biggest bets you made all the baseball season was just before the last series. You bet the Guardians plus 1.5 games. Am I correct?
Yeah, going into Game 5, I was rooting as a fan, and I had a little bit of leeway going into that game with that plus 1.5. Obviously, going into Game 5, but I like how you snuck that Deshaun Watson comment in there on me too over when Jimmy was talking. So you always like to get those little jabs in on Cleveland, but hey, I guess we're a punching bag for those kind of comments. But
actually, Dan Kaiser, obviously he's going to get a cup of coffee, but I will tell you this, no, that wasn't a jab towards Cleveland. That was not at all. I promise you. That was a Deshaun Watson jab.
Yeah.
Listen, if I really wanted to mess with people that like to beat up females or not pay alimony or child support, I would then bring up teams like the Pittsburgh Steelers because they lead the league in that every year. Anyway, guys, see what I did there? Guys, my good friend Jeff Michaels, we're going to see if we get to stay most of the show. He does have an appointment. He's got to run out, and unfortunately won't be on some of the shows later today. But Jeff is doing really great work. He's a multiple sport leaderboard fixture over at Sports Memo. He's going to tell you what he's been doing. He's going to tell you what he's going to be doing on the premium side, and he's got a nice free winner for you today. Jeff, take it away, my friend.
Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we had a tough one yesterday. Lost that college football game and lost our NBA play yesterday. Went 0-2, but we've been hot in the NFL, as hot as it gets. 7-1 in the last 8 NFL sides plays, and we've won 6 straight NFL sides of 3 units or higher, going over 31 units won on just the last 11 NFL sides plays of 3 units or more, behind a 9-2 record. Got a Thursday night package up, comes with a free top prop for you. And I do have 3 college football plays already loaded on the card for Saturday. I'm going to have at least one more for you, looking at a couple more numbers and a couple of injuries coming in. But as far as my best bet goes, this is one that is still on that potential list to make that final card. I'm looking at the Rutgers, those Scarlet Knights, -3 against Indiana. And, Rutgers has had the edge in this series recently. They dominated last year, and especially at home. They've won 3 of the last 4 meetings against the Hoosiers. I mean, Rutgers is already 2-1 against the spread at home this season, and their only loss was to Iowa. And they're allowing just 16 points per game on their home field. The defense has really only had one questionable performance, but you take it into perspective, and it was actually a pretty impressive performance. They allowed 49 points and 413 yards to Ohio State, but that was the second worst yardage performance for Ohio State this season. So it says something about their defense, even though 413 stands out as a pretty big number there. But the offense has shown that they can get it done too. They put up one of the higher totals that Iowa has allowed, and they've got a higher caliber defense too. But those two teams, again, are on a totally different level than what they're playing this week. Indiana hasn't covered a road game this year, and they're allowing over 40 points per game away from home. In the last 4 weeks, their offense is putting up just 22 points per game and 303 yards per game. And that Indiana defense is helping them get outscored by 15 points. They're giving up 37 points and 423 yards per game. Their offense has really only shined twice this year against Idaho. Indiana's offense has really only shined twice against Idaho and against Western Kentucky. And it's basically progressively gotten worse each week, with the one outlier last week. But Maryland's had a pretty bad defense too. I really think Indiana goes into this one looking for their bye week, because they got a tough 4 games to close out their season. They close it out against Penn State, at Ohio State, at Michigan State, and then against Purdue. You take into account the improvement of Rutgers. I think they're the better team in this matchup. They have the home field advantage. They dominated last year. And not to mention, they have a week of rest coming off that near upset that they wanted to pull off against Nebraska. So I think they come into this game rested, and they get an Indiana team that's looking forward to a bye week before it's up end of the season. So I like Rutgers -3 in this one.
Great stuff, man. Great stuff from Jeff Michaels. It's what we come to expect from you, Jeff. Your breakdowns and analysis, you appeal to such a broad brand of bettors out there. We appreciate it, guys. Jeff is doing some great work at Sports Memo after the show. Go to Sports Memo, take advantage of the slew, the plethora, the cavalcade. You like that one, right, Jesse? The cavalcade of discounts we have at Sports Memo, guys. Saving you money just as good as making you money. Jeff, I noticed you mentioned the Vandals of Idaho. This is a tip for all you single people out there. Walk into a club, go, where are the hoes at? And everybody goes, Idaho. That's the one for you. I got Jesse to laugh and did. Idaho. That's how you meet those easy boys and girls, guys. You like that one, Jeff? I said that on the air and got in trouble from CBS. Idaho. Why? It's funny. Anyway, guys, Jeff is going to stick around for a little bit if he can. He may have to run. If he runs, don't worry. I'm going to run down all the plays at the end of the show. Jeff, we love you. Follow Jeff all the way to the bank. Speaking about banks, man, every week I get to share a couple of panels with Dan Kaiser. I keep talking about how he hit the ground running here at Sports Memo, and he's here a few months now. Now, he's not a newbie anymore, and he's still winning. Do something once, do it twice, do it for a day, do it for a week, do it for a month. Dan Kaiser's been doing it for many years, and I've got to tell you, he's one of the brightest guys in sports betting and has been for many years. I know he's good in many sports, but I always boast and brag because his breakdowns and his knowledge of college football astounds me. He won another game last week on the show. He killed it. And 2 weeks ago. And he just is good every time he's on the show. And he brings luck to us. I know he brings luck to you. He's doing some great stuff. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's got going on the premium side. And he's got another free college football winner for you. Dan Kaiser, the floor is yours, my friend.
Thanks, sir.
I went to Jeff by accident. Uh-oh.
Yeah, go with the young guy. I understand that. But yeah, things are going good. NFL, especially 24-11-1 this season. Trying to keep up with with Jeff and Jesse. They're in the NFL, so things are going good there. I've got a 10-star or 10% play up in college football for this weekend. That was up Monday, so if you took advantage of that, you got it on a $9 Monday. It's up now for half price, and I'll give you a little insight, a little bit of how the sausage is made. If you wait, it's going to be included into a college football package for this weekend, so you'll get 6 or 7 picks, and that one will be included in that for a special price. If you want to hold off until I get the rest of the card up there, there's a better deal for that. My free play, I went to this play a couple weeks ago when the Ohio State played Michigan State, and I ended up with a push as somehow my Spartans were able to score. But against this Iowa team, we've seen this Iowa offense. They didn't score. They didn't score a touchdown the whole game against San Diego or South Dakota State to begin the year. They scored a touchdown in the first quarter against Iowa State, but that's all they scored. They put up 2 touchdowns against Nevada. They scored a touchdown in the first quarter against Rutgers, didn't score against Michigan, didn't score against Illinois in the first quarter. And I don't see them scoring a touchdown, let alone any points against this Ohio State team in the first quarter. I'm looking at Ohio State. In the first quarter, they put up 7 against Notre Dame. And in the last 3 games, they've outscored Wisconsin 21-0, Michigan or Rutgers 14-7, and as I said, my Spartans 14-7. I think Ohio State at least gets 14 points against Iowa in the first quarter in this one. Iowa's got a great defense. I haven't seen this kind of offense that Ohio State has. I don't see Iowa scoring in the first quarter, second quarter, or maybe even the game. So I'm taking Ohio State -7 in the first quarter, -130.
Great stuff from Dan Kaiser, who, by the way, courtesy of my really good friend Jesse Schule. I didn't know this. Kaiser, #1 NFL last 30 days. He's doing great stuff. He says Ohio State first quarter. Let me ask you, Dan, real quick, because I love to pick your brain on college football. It seems that this year we've seen a couple of teams still win and get leapfrogged in the top 10 by other teams who had better performances the previous Saturday. Do you think that plays a part in you putting this game up here? Because Ohio State, they've got to put out a maximum effort. Otherwise, maybe they're afraid. Maybe they win, but maybe they let loose. They put, they let a team come back in the fourth or something, and they're worried that they might lose that seeding in the polls. Does that play any part in your choice this weekend? How do you feel about that, by the way?
No, I understand what you're saying, and I just a lot of that, I think it's just the fickleness of the people vote for the polls, or the fact that I think a lot of them just don't even pay attention. They just look at the box score at the end at the end of the week. But in this game, actually, it didn't really play a part in this game. My thing in this game is just the fact that Iowa's offense is just atrocious. and like I said, they've scored 4 touchdowns in 6 games in the first quarter, and 2 of them against Nevada. And Ohio State, they're just, they're the one thing about Ohio State this season is their defense. Their defense is, since Jim Knowles came over from Oklahoma State, it's a different defense than it was last year. They don't let up a lot of points early, and their offense is clicking right now. And I just think that they'll score at least 1 touchdown against Iowa, and I don't think Iowa can score a touchdown for the whole game. So I just think it's a good bet.
Good stuff. Thanks, Dan. I like picking your brain. I appreciate you. Guys, Dan Kaiser, #1 the last 30 days in the NFL, and one of the sharpest minds I've ever seen in college football, but all over sports betting. His reputation certainly speaks for itself. After the show, go over to Sports Memo. Take advantage of the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet. You'll follow Dan to the bank, guys. Speaking of banks, my good buddy Jesse Schule, it's about 10:30 up where he is at PM, by the way, which I think is unfair because he already knows the outcome to all the games today, Jeff and Dan. It's not fair. But, guys, I love Jesse Schule. You love him. Jesse is my go-to guy when I need somebody to fill in. And obviously, Dionne's not feeling well. Hopefully, she'll be back. Hopefully, she feels better, first and foremost. I know you guys miss her, especially because my voice is a little too overwhelming by itself without her here. Plus, she certainly pretties the place up. But Jesse Schule is always the first guy, man. I'm here. If you need me, I got this. Somebody's not feeling well. Somebody has a flat tire. Somebody's kids got to go to the dentist. Whatever it is, Jesse is always the first.
Bail somebody out of jail?
Well, you know what? Let's not talk about Jeff Michaels when he visits Vegas. I'm just kidding, guys. He really wasn't. I had a connection. He just got cuffed, and I just called up. No, I'm kidding. No. That was what he does in the bedroom. Anyway, there's nothing wrong with being handcuffed. It's fine. It's fine as long as it's in the bedroom. It's when you leave the cuffs attached to the bedpost and the kids walk and go, "What are those for?" That's when you get embarrassed. We've all been there. Dan's looking at me like I'm nuts. We've been there. Come on, Dan. You got it. Look at Dan. I love him. Jesse knows it. Jesse's staying out of this. Look at the look on Jesse's face. Anyway, guys, Jesse Schule. Guys, college and pro football, killing it. NBA is here. His past NBA records are amazing. So every year he vies for the top spot. I know he does hockey. Jesse, as a Canadian, he's a Canadian, lives half the year in Canada. He knows hockey very well. He sees the teams. He's one of the best there is in this business and has been that way for many years. He's going to tell you what he's been doing, going to tell you what he's going to be doing, and he's got another free winner for you. And we're going to keep that $2 Tuesday batter up during his play. Jesse, the floor is yours.
Well, Joe, you mentioned that you didn't know that Dan was #1 with the NFL for the last 30 days, and I certainly knew because I'm always looking at that leaderboard expecting to see myself up there, but instead I see Dan, but congratulations to Dan. He's doing really well with the NFL, and I know he's doing well with college as well. Bad news for me is we're heading into week 8, and my overall win percentage for the season combined with NFL and college has dipped below 80%. It's now 79 point something. But, we're hanging in there. We're making the best of it. But yeah, I'm focused on football right now. I'm off to a 1-1 start with NBA after coming 1 bucket short of the total last night in the Sacramento Kings Portland Blazers game. And the hockey's off to a little bit of a rough start. But like I say, right now I'm 100% focused on football until after Christmas. But and things are going well. And I'm going to look at a college football game tonight. My best bet for the show is going to be on Georgia Tech hosting the Virginia Cavaliers. 2 teams trending in opposite directions. Georgia Tech started out the season like hot garbage, but they fired Jeff Collins, and it's been smooth sailing ever since. They're coming off back-to-back impressive wins over Pitt and Duke. And the same cannot be said for the Cavaliers. They're 0-3 in the ACC. Their only wins come against the likes of Old Dominion and Richmond. They really miss their offensive coordinator from last year, Robert Anae, who has helped Syracuse remain undefeated so far. And their offensive line is just a sieve right now. Quarterback Brennan Armstrong was sacked 6 times and threw a pair of interceptions in a loss to Louisville last week. Georgia Tech, the hot team at home. They've got history behind them. They've won 4 straight home games against the Cavs, and the home team is 9-1 straight up in the last 10 head-to-head meetings. I will go with the hot team and back Georgia Tech at home versus the Cavs.
Jesse Schule, they call him the Iceman, but he's scorching bookmaker, says, tonight, we'll make history. Georgia Tech, Yellow Jackets -3. That Brennan Armstrong, he really has dipped from last year's numbers. I think he threw for like 4,500 yards, 31 and 10 or something like that, and got a 67%. A lot of people are saying it's his offensive line, but gotta take some responsibility yourself as a quarterback. Good stuff. Hot garbage. I love it, Jesse. My friend Jesse Schule, guys, great breakdown. He says Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets tonight. Follow him tonight. He is a winner. You go to the weekend with a bankroll. Get his $2 Tuesday play. We'll run it down later. It's an AFC game of the month. 5%, $2 still available at Sports Memo. But you know what? He's got all these winners posted already. Go follow Jesse. You're going to follow him to the bank. Let me take the floor for a moment. Now, guys, I don't care what day you get paid from your job, because when you're working with Joe D'Amico, Thursday is going to be a payday. That's right. I've got 2 big winners for you tonight. I have my 65, 24-2 NBA above the rim play. That's my first above the rim play of the NBA campaign. And my coveted, my legendary 68, 36-1 NCAA football touchdown play tonight. We will go 2-0. Join me, and Thursday will be a payday. I'm so sure we go 2-0. Guess what I did, guys, because I love you. I posted a discounted 2-pack. You get both big winners right now, Sports Memo, for just $25. Now let's talk free plays now, guys. For my free plays on the show this week are 2-1. I did let you down yesterday. Save the flavor, because today I bounced back with a big free winner. This almost made it on the premium side over at Sports Memo. Got to tell you, my friends, we all know I'm a big New York Yankees fan. Say that again, I'm a Yankees fan. Yesterday, they lost game 1 of the ALCS in Houston, 4-2. Well, game 2 is once again at Minute Maid Park, and I am well aware of the fact that the Yankees have lost 5 straight in the stadium. I'm well aware of the fact that Houston has now won 6 in a row. But, and you all know how much I like a very big butt. I like a big butt. I'm going to get in trouble for that one later. But if you look at their matchups, these 2 teams' matchups in 2022, even the few that the Yankees have won have all been tight games. None were won by more than 3 runs, with the bulk of them by 2 or even 1 run. I do feel the Yankees will bounce back here today. Please do not forget this team is a team that won 99 regular season games. They're also 15-7 the last 22 overall outings coming into today's game. Let's go one further and say that they are 6-2 the last 8 games following a loss. I really do love the pitching matchup here today. Luis Severino, Framber Valdez, they both get the nod. The Yankees right-hander, he's 7-3 with a 3.26, while the Astros lefty, 17-6 with a 2.83. Severino, 2-3 with a 3.82 mark in 7 career games, which includes 6 starts against Houston. Valdez, 0-1 with a 6.75 mark and 3 lifetime starts against New York. And looking over the last several turns, and you got to look at what a pitcher has been doing his last several turns, not just on the season, guys. Last several turns, let's take a look. Severino owns a 2-0 record with a whopping, anemic, low 1.69 ERA, while Valdez 1-1 with an ERA of 5.74. That's just over the last few turns apiece, guys. Well, this is not my heart. This is my head speaking. The Yankees aren't one to quit so easily, especially because of the fact that they've had problems in the postseason against the Astros. These are documented. We all know that. And they can't get past Houston without winning game 2 here today. This is a must-win for this team. Getting them at this price in revenge bounce-back mode doesn't just offer us value, folks. It offers us a very high percentage situation. Take New York here as a big dog to even out the American League Championship Series. That's my play. I'm sticking to it. Let's bring everybody back. Now, Jimmy Adams and Jeff Michaels had to run. Apparently, they're jumping on the same plane now. Couple of quickies, and then we're going to do some discounts, run down today's free winners for you guys. Then we get some closing thoughts and get the hell out of Dodge. MLB show tomorrow. Dan Alexander does a Sports Memo Today show later today. How about that? The NBA Triple-Double is on Friday. We also have the College Football Forecast show Thursday afternoon, and the granddaddy of them all, the Pro Football Forecast show Friday afternoon. Of course, every weekday morning, this show, the First Family of Las Vegas show. Wake up with the First Family every morning during the week. Tune into Sports Memo and WagerTalk TV for the best betting insights and tons of free winners. Let me go over the discounts real quick. We'll go over some closing thoughts. We'll run down the free plays. We'll get out of Dodge. You can take the cotton out of your ear from Joey D. First of all, my good buddy, Jesse Schule, his $2 Tuesday, 5% play, AFC North Game North, still available. Guys, we want you to make money every season. And the customer appreciation, let me tell you what they're doing. NBA 7-day package for any capper at Sports Memo or WagerTalk, just $49, $7 a day. Whether it's $5 a game or $5,000 a game. This will pay for itself in no time. Every day you got to check the deals page because I'm going to tell you now, saving your money is as good as making your money, and the best deals on the planet in this business are at the deals page. So check it out every day. And then the love package. I'm going to keep saying that every time. Buy Joe or Dionne and D'Amico, 7 days, get the other free, just $99. You get Joe and Dionne and D'Amico for 7 days, $99. She's doing 5 sports: hockey, college pro football, baseball, NBA. I'm doing everything but hockey. So you get 4 sports for me, 5 sports for her, 7 days, $99. Let me get some closing thoughts and comments from Jesse Schule. Jesse.
Thursday night football tonight. I've got to play up at Sports Memo for just $10, and it's aptly named. It's called my Thursday night show.
I love him. You gotta love Jesse. Dan Kaiser. Dan, any closing thoughts or comments for our viewers, please?
Yeah, just your Yankees swing at baseballs like I swing at a golf ball. A lot of swing and misses. So good luck tonight.
By the way, Dan, our good buddy Deep Fry Ty said Ohio State is a great bet. We got some, we have the greatest viewers in the world. Garrick Williams, he's always so nice. He says, Joe's my dude. Love you, Garrick. You're the best. And Alvaro says, let's go, Joe. I love this guy's name, Alvaro Gallego Jr. Are you a boxer? Because if you are, I want to announce you in there. Alvaro Gallego Jr., middleweight champion. I love you, Alvaro. Thank you for your kind words. Guys, I'm going to run down the plays and everybody's Twitters, and we're going to get out of Dodge. Free plays today. Our good buddy Jimmy Adams, who, by the way, you can find at WT.buzz/JA, says the New York Giants +3. The Jaguars can't finish a game. My good buddy Jeff Michaels, who had to take off. He's jumping on a plane. Oh, no, he's going to a wedding. Rutgers Scarlet Knights on Saturday, -3. It's a good play. I looked at this game. My good buddy Dan Kaiser, what'd you have for everybody?
Ohio State Buckeyes, first quarter, -7.
Jesse the Body, what'd you have, buddy?
Georgia Tech, minus a field goal.
And your sexy and savory host is the Yankees bounce back today, plus $1.45. Take it. Now, guys, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at Sports Memo and WagerTalk. All right? Don't believe me? Follow them. Look at the numbers. Numbers don't lie. You can follow Jimmy Adams at Jimmy Adams Vegas. You can follow Jeff Michaels at James Sports CLE. You can follow Jesse Schule at Jesse Schule. Dan the Man Kaiser at Dan Kaiser Sports, and your sexy and savory host at Joe D'Amico wins. And don't forget about my lovely wife, the First Lady of Las Vegas, who I definitely miss. I miss her not being here, guys. I can't just feel my own leg here every day. It gets a little tedious. At First Lady of Vegas. Guys, it's about that time. We're going to head off. Tune into all Sports Memo TV shows for tons of free winners and some great betting insights as well. On behalf of Sports Memo, Wager Talk, Jimmy, Jeff, Dan, Jesse, and us, I'm always going to include my wife, Dionne and Joe D'Amico, the first year of Vegas. Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.